doctors include registered, which they say is just the planet's other named instance of semi-identical Gemini. The boy and the lady, now 4 persons, of Brisbane, in Australia, are identical on their mom's party. But they stake just a ratio of their dad's DNA, placement them, genetically, sometime among brotherly and identical Gemini. Experts say the event is very uncommon. Embryos such as these frequently do not pull through. Professor Nicholas Fisk, who led the crew How Well Groomed for the Mom and Gemini at the King Brisbane and Females Clinic in 2014, told the opening was done via a usual pregnant scanning. It is the at first period semi-identical Gemini include been identified for pregnant. The at first time mom was 28 at the period and had planned natural, doctors told. The mom's ultrasonic at 6 weeks showed a solitary placental and positioning of amniotic sacs. How specified she was waiting identical Gemini, Professor Fisk told. Yet, an ultrasonic at 14 weeks showed the Gemini were man and woman. That is not probable for identical Gemini. Identical, or monozygotic, Gemini happen while a solitary ovum, fertilized by a solitary semen, divides and makes 2 babies. These Gemini will be the identical sex and stake the identical genes and natural features. Non-identical, or dizygotic, Gemini happen while 2 individual eggs are fertilized, every by a various semen, and evolve in the uterus at the identical period. These Gemini can be the identical or various sexes and are no more than like rather than any sibling or sibling, in spite creature unborn along. In the instance of semi-identical, or sesquizygotic, Gemini, the egg is mined to include been fertilized at once by 2 semen up it separated. If one egg is fertilized by 2 semen, it results in 3 sets of chromosomes, quite rather than the norm 2, 1 of the mom and 2 of the dad. Or, on to researchers, 3 sets of chromosomes are characteristically inconsistent in lifetime and embryos do not normally pull through. The sameness of the Gemini has not been shown. Non-identical Gemini are more than overall in several families. Older mothers are as well more than potential to include non-identical Gemini since they are more than potential to produce more than rather than 1 egg for ovulate. Identical Gemini do not run in families. Sterility treat, IVF, can growth the opportunity of Gemini, as more than rather than 1 fetus may be put in the uterus. Onto the Gemini and repeated born associate, Tumba, on 12,000 twin brother born happen every year in the UK. The at first registered instance of part identical Gemini was in the US in 2007. Professor Fisk told an analyze of world twin brother databases allocated fair how uncommon sesquizygotic Gemini were. He and his associate discussed gene information of 968 brotherly Gemini, as a quantity of big world teaching, but found no some instance of sesquizygotic Gemini. We aware the is an extraordinary instance of semi-identical Gemini, Professor Fisk added. Time doctors may hold the in reason in seemingly identical Gemini, it's rare tool down there is no instance for usual gene test.